Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts, and I wanted to share with you. This was my old Copic journal, and it worked out fine. I didn't use it very much because it was really rather small. I saw this on somebody else's YouTube video, and offhand I can't remember. It was one of the times I wasn't writing it down. And you can go to this site. I think if you just punch in Copic journal, maybe you'll be able to find it. And she even had the pre-printed pages that you can go into and print out your different sections. She had a Copic marker, the inventory section, the color combinations, some basic stuff. A lot of stuff that I didn't use, but I didn't know. And then we did a section for the coloring, and I did my first one for the hair and skin and clothes, and that's what I was starting to do in this section. And then I had put a section back here of notes. When I saw something online, I printed it out or I wrote it down. That was fine, but I wanted something a little bit bigger, so then I made this one. It doesn't have all those sections in it. It only has the sections that I wanted to use. These are two digital images that I also found online. I used stickers to do my titles on all my pages, and then I laminated it and used my Bind It All to punch and bind my book. The first section of my book, I have this from my old book. All I did was punched it with my Bind It All, and then I clipped little sections out. You can't really see it because it's clear, so that I can put it back in the book and save it. And I'll show you what I'm using this for. I don't have it all done, but I started doing my pages, and the paper you use is the paper that you're going to use for coloring your pictures, because this is going to give you the idea of how you want your pictures to work out and how your colors are going to look. So I'm redoing all my colors. I haven't gotten that far with redoing all my colors. And then the next section I got is hair and skin, and I put a little tab on it. And this is what I meant. I used my spellbinders and a piece of acetate that you get from any of your packaging, and I punched out or cut out a oval. And all you do is you sit your oval down, and I think this one I set this way because I wanted to get her whole face and hair and stuff in. You can do a bigger circle, smaller, but this worked out fine because it works out for my punches. I mean for my stamps. And then you just stamp it. This is the paper that I used for my Copic coloring. And then I started coloring in. And then I started writing down how I colored it, the colors that I used. And then like my next one, I may put it over here with my lines going on this side. And this is going to be all of my different skin tones and my different hair colors that I'm practicing with. This is my practice book. This is just for me. And when I actually work on it, I take another piece of cardstock and I just sit it behind my picture that I'm working on so it won't bleed through to my other pages. So I'm going to work on all these sections, these pages, so I can do a lot of practicing of the different skin tones. My next section I made for clothing, and I did the same thing. This worked out fine. All I did was lay it down, stamped it, because I just want to get the clothing. I don't want the whole stamp. And then I'm going to write down how I did it, how I shaded it, and everything to go with it. So this will be like my own little reference book. And then the next section is any notes. And I went through and found any notes that I had found, and I printed them back off. Some things that I typed up, and then some things I'm going to add in. That's why I left more pages back behind here. Now this section for notes, I just used a cheap white cardstock because I'm not going to be doing any of my Copic coloring on here, so I don't need to use up my Copic paper for the note section. For the sections, my divider sections, I used chipboard, some white chipboard, and I did it the same way as the other ones. And see, I put my notes and everything on, and that's how that is how I'm doing my book. And that is how I'm using this little grid section. And I'm just keeping this little grid section. It fits in. Like I said, once you punch it out, you punch it, then you cut little slits to make it open, and it fits right in my book, and it goes along with me. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you very much.